So good evening everyone. I'm making a tutorial how to calculate the measure of central tendency and desperation both for ungroup and group data, as well as correlation and simple linear regression. So so first first calculation, we are going to calculate how to calculate the variance of this data. So we have here, we're going to use the formula of S squared, sample standard deviation, but the S squared is the variance of the sample, and the equals the sum of squares between each data at point and the variable x bar, divided by n minus 1, where the n minus 1 is the size of the sample. So here we have our sample data. As you can see, our sample data right here. Now in the second column, as you can see, we arrange the data by ascending order. Then after that, we calculate this data, we calculate this all, and we get the data of 5,962. Then we're going to divide it by how much data are here. So there are 30 data that are present here. As when After that, we're going to divide it by 2, so we get the data of 199. So in the third column, as you can see, we have the negative 86 in the first bar. So I get the negative 86 since I minus the 113 in the 199 data that we get when we subtract this, when we divided this both. So as you can see, the rest right here is the same how did I get it. So in the fourth column, how did I get this calculation? So how did I get the sum of square between each data at point? So what did I do is, you just need to times this data here. You just need to times it by 2. So 86 times 86, you get the answer of 7396. So you can see here my answer 7396 as the rest of the calculation. So that's how I get it. So moving on, here we are after prerequisite values and ungroup statistic using the data that we calculate, that we already calculate. So what are the end of the data is 30, because there are 30 data that are present here, and we have the total of summing of this data. We have the 5926, and now the max that are questioning here was this 293, since that is the big number that are there, and also the minimum or 113, because that was the smallest number. You can see it here. And now, how did I get the range of 180? So how did I get that? I use this max. You use this two max, that's 293 minus 113. So you get the calculation of 180. And now here, as you can see, what are the mean of x bar? 199. When you sum it all up, the 5926 minus 199 minus 30, you get the data of 199. And now the median, we have this median of 215, since the middle of this was 200. There are here the 15 and 16 number. So what you need to do is, since there's no middle, so the middle of that is 15 and 16, you add it up, then you divided it 2, then you get the answer of 215.50. Then the mode is 217. That is the middle of it. So, and now the variance is 3018, and the standard deviation is 54.94. So how did I get the variance of this data? So I did it by summing it all up, this data right here in the fourth column, and you get the data of 90,540 and using the formula of variance deviation. So the formula is n minus 1, the size of the sample. So since we have 30 minus 1, we get a 29. So divided it up by 29, you get the answer of 3018. So next, how did I get this standard deviation? By now for group data table, so how did I get the x? So you're just going to add this 100 class intervals, you're going to add the 100 and 119, and then you're going to divide it by 2, so you get this 150 and the rest of this answer here. So the frequency that are used here are already given using the sample that given by, and then the CF. So you're just going to put 4 and then add it up by 3, you get the 7, then 7 plus 8, you get the 15. You get the 15, and then 15 plus 4, you get the 19, and the rest just like that, how it goes. And now, how did I get the fx? So now, how did I get the fx right here? So using that, you're just going to times it by 4 and you get the answer of 438, and the rest are just the same. You're just going to times it by f, x times f, and you get the answers. Then you're just going to midpoint times frequency. And now, how did I get the fx raised to 2? So you're just going to times it you're just going to times it by 2. 109.5 times 109.5, you get the answer of 11,990 times we have the frequency of 4, and you get the answer of 47961. Then same as the rest. And now group statistic, the mean or x bar. So how did we get the group statistics? So we have the mean of 206.30 using the fx, the grand total, and then you're just going to divide it by the grand total of this grand total of the frequency. You get the 50 10,315 divided 50, you get the answer of 206.30, and you have the median of 215.67 and the mode of 160.11. Then the variance, we get the variance 3,462.76 using the. How did we get the variance of this? So you're just going to this fx squared here, you're just going to times it by divide it by 50, and then the 206, you're going to times it by 2, and now after you have the calculation, you're going to subtract both. You're going to subtract the you're going to subtract the answer on this to the answer of 206.30. So you get the answer of 3462.76. After that, you're going to square root it again, so you get the answer of 58.62. And here you can, here you can see the linear regression. So we have the x and y values, and you can see the plot of the linear regression right here. And since we have the 0.2, 0.81, it has low correlation since the data that you can see here, if the calculation are 0.2 decrease ano ba yun, kalimutan ko na. If it's lower than 0.39, if it's lower from 0.39 and it's represented, it's going to be a low correlation. You had a low correlation, and you can see the plot here and the regression line. And that's all. Thank you.